And we're live. Back again after, well, quite some time. I'd taken the week off last week, so I'm here this week again. Welcome back for the people watching. How has your week been? Or how have your weeks been? How have your days been? Your weekend? I want to know it. Mine has been, well, quite well. Because I had taken some time off with live coding, I'm only doing it once per week now, and also didn't do anything last week because, well, I was quite tired. Reason for it, last week I went to the office again, so I had a bit of commute, uh, a lot of commute. So I went there 2 days, on Monday and Tuesday. It was fun to see my co-workers again. The office was, well, not packed, but there were like 6, 7 colleagues. So it was fun to see each other again. We have enough space at the office, so we could each sit at, well, desks which were apart from each other. So safe-ish, as safe as, well, we can get nowadays. And, well, what did I do anymore? I did my first pull request on a F# project. So that was cool. So I'm very intrigued with functional programming and doing F#. I just, well, don't have any experience with it, or at least not a lot. So I found a small bug, an annoyance using Farmer. Farmer, you might know it. It's a tool, a helper a tool to make well, ARM templates for Azure, for deploying stuff in Azure. And with Farmer you can create a small, well, F# console application, and it will create an ARM template for you, and it's also able to publish it to Azure in order to deploy the resources. So I started using it and, well, noticed a small bug, filed an issue, and created a small pull request. So it was checking if a directory exists, and if it doesn't, create it. So it's like 2 lines of code, uh, doing it in C# or normal, regular development. I would have done it in like 10 seconds. And I could do it in 10 seconds also on F#, but I wanted to know if I could make this a bit more functional, a bit more, well, make use of the F# paradigms, or the functional programming paradigms. I hope I did a good job. The PR was approved, and afterwards the core maintainer did a little improvement on it. So he tagged me on it, on his own PR, so I could learn from him. So that was a good week, or a good day for me, learning something new and improving a product, an open source product. What else have I been up to? Oh, uh, nothing much, I think. Well, yeah. Well, no, not in the past 2 weeks. Um, but I have been learning a bit, or working a bit with ADR documents, architectural decision records, which are small text documents which hold some information on why decisions have been made for the architecture of your application. Um, so it's better as a Word document. It's small files and they are numbered from 1 to, well, whatever. And I think it's quite useful, and I will try to use it in every project from now on. Um, I have some links I can show you. So it's adr.github.io. So I'll put it in the chat for the people watching. So there's some documentation over here on what it is, how it works, cool stuff. Also some tooling. I'm also using some tooling and a console application for this, ADR CLI, written in C#. It's, well, one of the tools I found during my research, and I discovered it's, well, there was one bug in it, also creating a directory, so it's well, the trend of the past couple of weeks. And, well, I want to improve this CLI tool a bit, so by default, when I pulled it from GitHub, the CLI tool, um, when it was built, it created a directory with, well, a lot of DLLs and executable stuff like this, and you had to put this somewhere in your path and add it, well, add a directory to your path in order to use it. So that's all cool and stuff, but I'd like to have a single executable which I can put in some folder where all of my other helper tools are also. So that's what I did. Created two small pull requests for this, for one for fixing the bug, for creating the directory, and one for, well, creating a single self-maintained executable. But the PRs are open for about 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks now, so I guess the maintainer of this tool is quite passive at the moment, or on holiday. I don't know. So I didn't find an issue for the PRs also, so that's not good practice for me. But I think because it's so quiet in the core repo, it's probably abandoned. So let me just pick it up and improve the product or improve the tool in my own fork now. So that's what I'm gonna do now today, or at least not improving it, but I want to create an executable using GitHub Actions. So it's easy to do this with .NET Publish and, well, publish the executable, of course, but I want to do it via GitHub Actions because it's new and it should be doable. So that's it for me. If you have something to add, so I'll just show you what I'm talking about. So Ginger Tommy has created an ADR CLI tool. So the README is a bit, well, empty-ish, but it's quite understandable what it does. So we have this ADR, the program. So it's using the command line utils, and what you can see here, we have an init command, we have a list, new, link, and generate command. So this is provided via the command line utils extension. So fairly clear. README could use some improvement, but what we have over here, when creating a new ADR entry, it will create a file in some folder with some default content inside it. So an ADR, the ADR GitHub.io, has some documentation on how it should look like, how an ADR document should look like. So is there a sample over here? Well, it has a title, status, context, decision, and consequences. So that's what it should have, an ADR document. So it has the details on why the specific decision has been made. So if a decision has been made, for example, to use Cosmos DB in your solution for reasons, it's good to write it down in a small document. We're going to use Cosmos DB because table storage didn't suffice. We need a NoSQL database. We don't want to use MongoDB, perhaps, or maybe some other reason. We don't want to go to AWS. We want to stick to Azure. Could be all kinds of reasons, but you put the reasons and decisions in this small document, and it's an immutable document, so it will never change, or it should never change. Obviously, you can still change the documents, but it's not supposed to. If you need to do some modifications, or if you need to want to make a different decision, you will supersede the document, the ADR document, so create a new document with a new number and reference the old document, and in the old document reference the new document. If that makes sense. So the only way to, well, only way to, or the only reason to change the original document, an original ADR document, is to add a reference to the superseded decision. So I have some samples on this myself, or this is in the repo. So this person, Ginger Tommy, has some documents in it. So we're going to use ADR. Cool. So we're going to use ISO 8601 for dates, fine by me, and use docs as ADR as a folder. So this docs ADR is a folder, so these are the type of decisions which you can put inside here. I'm also using this at my current project now. We've made some decisions in the past of using Cosmos DB, using storage queues, unless we have to use service-based queues, and some other stuff I added on it. So I've, created a couple of documents with dates in the past, which isn't what you should be doing, but I only learned about ADR now, so it's better to have something and create something in hindsight, something now for the past instead of not documenting it at all. Or at least that's my opinion. So that's it. I also did a couple, like I said, I created 2 pull requests for this. So the first one is to create a single executable. So I want to have, a single exe, a self-contained exe, so I can just put it inside some path. I don't know for sure, but creating a self-contained application is something of the newer .NET Core. It's a newer .NET Core capability, and I don't know if it was introduced in 2, in 2.x or 3. So I just updated it to 3.1, the latest and greatest at the moment, because it's self-contained and everyone should be able to use it now. Added publish profile to the project, so everyone will be able to use it. Also fixed the bug, which I talked about earlier, so it doesn't crash if you haven't created a folder. Also updated to 3.1 because why not? Or at least I already did it over here, so decided I could do it over here also. Makes life a lot easier when you're on the latest bits. And I think I'll just create a new master, my master. Maybe call it main, because apparently it's people don't like the term master anymore, or at least that's what I saw a couple of weeks ago on my Twitter feed. Like everyone is renaming their master to main or something like this. I don't have any feelings about master, but if someone does have feeling about this name, who am I to stick with it? So I don't mind renaming. Create new branch, main from master, and build a single executable. So let me just merge it in here. And init not crash, I also want this inside the main. So some conflicts, which makes sense because I did. Oh, enter key. So I have to enter a key for my beyond compare. One moment. Apparently I was still using the trial. One moment. One moment. Register. Okay. Thank you. So if you don't know about Beyond Compare, I think it's one of the best, if not the best, um, compare tools. It has three-way compare. I bought it like I think 15 years ago, maybe longer. So I bought it a long time ago. Got a free upgrade to version 4, which is the latest, and it's an awesome tool. So well, it doesn't have dark mode. Too bad. You can install themes on it, so different themes, but most of them aren't that great. So it's not. It's light mode, so if you're a dark mode user, it's well not pretty. So there's a solution GUID, a solution GUID. So which one will I take? I don't think it matters much. It doesn't matter at all, as far as I'm concerned. So. So this was all apparently. I have yeah, fixed the bug and did some other cleaning up. Um, Settings, access modifiers, making the correct access modifiers, cleaning up again. Okay, cool. And I'll just push this. Let me see, reload. I already opened the solution. Great thing. Side note, a great thing. My daughter had some issues getting into sleep in the evening, so most of the time, also one of the reasons why I didn't do any recording last week. But most evenings now we put her to bed at like 7:30, 8 o'clock, something like that, and she needs about an hour to get to sleep. Or at least that was the past 3, 4 weeks. That was our life. So what we stopped, she still did a small nap in the afternoon, uh, well, early after lunch, and then she slept about 1.5, 2 hours, and we stopped doing this, well, this midday nap, and now she's just too tired to scream for an hour in the evening, so now she sleeps. Cool. I totally forgot to turn on the music. So I put her to bed at 7:30, sang a couple of songs, told some stories with the book, and she was fast asleep after 2 minutes. Also, my son, who's a well big fan of sleeping, laid a bit next to him, also sang a couple of songs, and he's knocked out. So that's cool. So let me see, rebuild. So what do we have now? It still builds. Let me see in the file explorer. .NET Core 3. So we have this CLI.exe. We have a couple of files over here. And I don't want to deploy these files with application. So we also have. I can also publish this, which does a .NET publish if I'm not mistaken. So the folder profile, which will publish something. You can pick which. So this is the exe. I don't need the PDB. So it's a 70 meg application, which is a bit much for a simple application which is able to create files. Still, disk space is cheap, so I don't care much about a helper tool which is 70 megabytes. There is some option. Let me check. There's some preview option. Trim unused assemblies in preview. So save. What would this do? rebuild and publish. I don't know if the rebuild was necessary. What would it have done? It's now 35 megabytes. Okay, that's better. And I think it will still work. Lots of files. Cool. Well, this still works apparently. But what I want to do is publish this stuff via GitHub Actions. Let's see. Let's first see WT. But I can also do this. Something like this. Does it need arguments? So there's apparently .NET Core debug. This one can. So publish is everything. Single executable. Where is it? Okay, apparently I already looked this up. Self-contained. Okay, cool. .-r and then x64. And what does this thing do? Skip unresolved through. What's this? Wait, check this. Where is it? What did the command line say when publish? Oh, in the release folder, because I built the release. When x64 publish. Oh, that's not very self-contained. This one is. Yeah, originally I had to copy this to some folder and add it to the path, which is something I don't like doing. I'll just delete it. So apparently this wasn't the correct command. Oh. Oh, apparently this was. Okay, okay, so that's one old command. Safety. Looks better. And what does this one do? Publish single file. Publish trimmed. better. So apparently that's what I need to do. Where's the readme? And solution items. Add existing. This one. Don't need this one. Okay. You can use the folder. Oh. If you .NET CLI, publish, new oh. It's quite obvious for most people, but bash, well, let's make it PowerShell. Yeah, so it's probably obvious for a lot of people. I just want to be complete in the documentation. ADR CLI. Okay. Okay, cool. So that's good enough for now. You don't want to see me typing all day long. Added. So let's just push it to master. Oh, sorry. Or master main. Main, I mean main. Bit getting used to. Let me also push this. So it has been pushed. That's good. So should probably go to GitHub now. Where is it? Go to my own fork. Main has some files. Can I make main? One moment. One moment. Branches. So I'm not sure if there are any secrets over here. Default branch main. Okay. So I've updated the default branch to main, so it should be the main now. Any other stuff? No, nothing for now. Okay, cool. So we're on the main branch now. Also, fork is on the main branch. Where is it? So, and I've just pushed my .NET Core 3.1 solution to it with my fixes inside. So maybe not a good OSS citizen, but as Ginger Tommy is a bit quiet in his repo, I'm gonna assume he will not merge the PRs. If he does, or she, I don't know, Tommy sounds male, so if he does, I'll just roll back to whatever he has. So, like I told you, I want to build this stuff using GitHub Actions. So it's only this one liner I need to do. So .NET publish something something. So R is when x64. I don't think there's a. Well, does this one work? I don't know. I think this is just the name. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter for now. I'll dive into that later. So let's see what GitHub Actions does. This is the first time I'm seeing this page, so anything can happen now. Workflows made for your C# repository. .NET Core, sounds good. .NET Core Desktop. I think that's meant for actual desktop stuff. So what are we doing? So .NET Core Desktop has some certificates. Probably don't need that one. Set up this workflow, .NET Restore, build, test. Yeah, there's also a test project over here which has nothing. So that could also be an improvement. So I definitely think an application like this could use some tests, like when initializing, checking if you're making the correct file, or if you're not overwriting ADRs files, stuff like this. So it should be easy to test. At the moment, this stuff isn't easy to test. Everything is newed up over here, and well, as you can see, we're working with writers over here, so it's very bare metal. Not something to, well, test easily. Still, it's good. It's good code though. It's well good. It's readable code. You can understand it quite easily. So that's why I could make a small PR to it. So it's good enough for what it does. Also, apparently it has support for Linux, OS X, and Windows. I don't have these systems, so I can only test the Windows variant. But yeah, why shouldn't it work? It's .NET Core. Oh, this is a bit tricky though. Process start. That's why there's some additional code over here. OS platform. Okay. Oh, that's. Oh wow. Go to decompiled sources. Where does this live? Oh, it's in the system runtime. Wow. Wow. Well, this .NET Core Action sounds good. Still need to publish something. But let me just click on this one. Set up this workflow. It creates a .github workflows .NET Core YAML. I love YAML files. Not. So what do we have? It runs on Ubuntu. Okay. It's fine with me. This looks pretty familiar to Azure DevOps pipelines. Hey, there's also a preview. What does this do? It highlights. Okay. So what are we doing? Setup.NET Core. Actions checkout. Is there some tooltips over here? No. Setup.NET Core. So we're using .NET Core 3.1. Okay, cool. Fine by me. .NET Restore sounds useful. I wonder if this would build on Ubuntu, seeing we're using... Oh, why not? There's also helper stuff, so this will probably work. Or not. I'll find out in a minute. So we're at .NET Restore, .NET Build, Release, no Restore. No Restore. And we also need a new line. Do I need to publish it over here? Publish. And where was the line I needed? Hmm. 64. I don't know if I need any other configurations for this configuration manager. Any CPU. How to build stuff for other platforms. I don't know. Something to figure out later. Use control space to trigger autocomplete mode. Okay, cool. Branches. Main. Main. Name. Build and publish. Start commit. Commit directly. No, that's fine by me. Let me just pull it. So there's probably this one, yes. Looks a bit better. Is there an extension for GitHub Actions? Yes, there is, by Christopher Slijden. Okay, it's different builds, you can see. Check. Well, let me just install this. Looks good. Oh, I need a pet token for this. Isn't there some official? Oh, this is from GitHub. I'll just uninstall this one. And this one is from GitHub itself. Looks nice. Do they have any more? GitHub team. Nice. Okay, not much aside from this one. It's very useful to me. So this one should work, probably. Actions. So this probably means it failed. No artifacts. Completed with code 1. Okay. Why? Specify a solution in project. Okay. Okay. Kind of makes sense. So where does this stuff run? Where does it run? Rerun? No, I want to edit this stuff. How will I edit? It's called a workflow file. Edit. Oh, and now I have steps, just like in Azure DevOps. Download the build artifact. Okay, well, let me just document restore this. So is there some... There's no helper. Maybe I need to set a working directory. Oh, the available VMs are Windows, Ubuntu, and macOS. Working directory. Okay. So that's it, working directory. It would be nice if I could put the working directory somewhere higher. Multi-line command. Okay, quite powerful. Let me go to code. Why isn't this highlighted? Working directory. run working directory. Okay, I need to ./rc without. Yes, okay. Okay, added working directory. Push. So will a new build be triggered now? So the code is over here. Okay. Will a new action be? Yeah. So I have CI now. So that's kind of good. Every time something is merged to the main, a new artifact will be created. Or at least could be created. Takes a while. It works, I think. So publishing a single file is only support for executable applications. Yes, that makes sense. But I don't want to publish the test project. Restore. Okay. So I probably need to specify the project file. .NET publish. What's the syntax for this? .NET publish command project file. To add the no restore. Also a no build, I think, because I just built it. Also a release. And how publish profile? No. Well, I could use the publish profile because it's configured. I just want to use the command line. Okay, not in a command line. Why not? Why not? For more information, MS build. not much of a reason. .NET publish .rc/ ADR / what's it called? Okay. Does this work? Where's the terminal? Over here. Oh. Project file does not exist. Yes, that's true. Now it should exist. Okay, so this looks good. Got built just now. Delete. Yeah, still built. Okay, cool. Publish. I don't think this stuff will be published as an artifact. Or I have a feeling this won't be published as an artifact. Publishing. Wow. Okay. I'm glad I can work at home tomorrow. So I've been this week also 2 days at the office. So on Monday yesterday I went to the office to work over there. It was fun. Today I went to a customer to do some consultancy for Azure. So they want to migrate to Azure but don't know how and what to use. So I was there in the morning doing some giving them some advice on how to proceed, how to start. Especially if you have no money. So you can do a lot of cool stuff in Azure, but it all costs money. So I advise them to start small, use what you need, and move on from there. So when they make a lot of money, they can use more expensive services because they make more sense when you have a lot of customers. If you don't have customers, well, you probably don't need, well, a couple of services. It depends, obviously. So where's GitHub Actions? So I pushed something and it failed again, quite fast. Why did it fail now? Doesn't have a target for, yeah, that's true. Project assets JSON. So which targets do I have? So I copy pasted this from a blog post and I know this isn't the default. So it's probably, I can probably find it somewhere. So I have this one. Maybe I should use this one. Sounds better. Strange, it does work over here. Okay, so I'm pushing it. So this works locally, but what's it called? What's this called? Fix the target. So I can also make... Whoa! Did I see something happen? Cute. So this is quite fast compared to... Well, I was gonna say Azure DevOps, but that's also quite fast for such a small application. So that's not a fair comparison. .NET Restore though is major fast, which can take about, well, 1 minute, something like it. The reason I'm not using Azure DevOps for this is because the code is on GitHub, and why not build it stuff in GitHub also? Failed again. Oh, it did something. Started. Error. Hmm. Well. Oh, it's probably because it wasn't built. It wasn't built with this release, so if I'm building it with configuration, yes. What does the R stand for? I'm not doing this stuff a lot. R. Runtime. So .NET build also has the runtime. So I can use both. .NET test, does it also have a runtime? No, it's the results. Oh, that's dash runtime. Okay, so for the test I need the full one. No restore for both the... Makes sense. If I have to write it all over here, I will just use it over here also. Would be nice if you could use variables. You probably can. I want to figure this out. So now I'm building, testing, and publishing with the same runtime. I could probably also add a no build, or yeah, what's it called? No build for the testing, which would save a couple of seconds or a small amount of time. I don't want to give feedback just now because I've just been using it for half an hour. It does work nice though. Would be cool if you could test more locally, but then again, you're only doing this once and then modifying it a bit. It failed again. Why? Oh, uh, the build now fails. Included .NET Core app. Target frameworks. It's for the tests. Okay, so the building the test suite fails. Yeah. Removing it from here, so that would mean I'm building it. This one, I'm testing it with whatever. So what does the test solution have? .NET Core. Let's add these. Yes. Why not? Why shouldn't the test project have this? Oh, some other news. I bought the Amazon. I bought this thing for my A7 III, A7 Mark III. So what I was doing in the past is connecting my camera via USB, power, and well, stream like this, and this works. But not if you have an empty battery or a near empty battery. So in one of my last recordings, the camera went off during the stream, which is annoying. And with this, that should never happen. Should never happen again. So it's now AC powered. The camera. The thing is though, the camera says the battery is powered for 82%. So I wonder what it is after the stream, because it looks like this battery is still being charged somehow, but also charged via USB, or just the camera firmware thinks it's 83% and that's good enough. I don't know. So I'm eager to know what the percentage of the camera battery is after the stream. If it's still 83%, it's continuous flow of it's a continuous flow of power. We have green build and release. So everything works now. Publish. So this works. And now I need to add something to this. So how can I change in action? How can I change it? So now I'm in this flow. I've clicked on it. I would expect some create a custom badge. No. View workflow file. Okay. I want to edit it. Download a build artifact that was previously uploaded in the workflow by the upload artifact. So upload a build artifact that can be used in subsequent workflow steps. Okay. That sounds like I need this one. Upload a build. So where will it get uploaded? Oh, nice. What does tab work? Tab works. Users. So I probably need to publish this to some folder. So publish to some folder. Configuration, infected, build. Output. -- output. -- output. I have documentation open. Publishing packages, no. Okay, that's using tribals and secrets. Java also. Building and testing, publishing. And there is still. Isn't there some folder, some artifacts folder I can use? Upload artifacts. Okay, so maybe there's some documentation over here. Apparently I can create. What's this? Wildcards, environment variables. GitHub workspace. Okay. So I want to publish this stuff. Okay, so this doesn't work. Yes. That's because... Is this a test project again? No. Oh. So, no Explorer, no build. I'm removing this for now. Source publish. And it has been source publish. Okay, so this works with a trailing slash, or at least for me. I'm editing it over here. So this probably works. Name is optional. ADR CLI tool. Do I need to specify this? GitHub workspace. No, I don't. Everything. Okay. I think that's it. Start commit. I should be seeing an artifact now after this has completed. It's kind of cool, so I probably want to do some versioning on this. Where's fork? Okay, awesome. It completed. And I saw an artifact. ADR CLI tool. So I can probably use it. Saving the file. Okay, so it got packaged. Let me open it up. Extract. And it's right over here. So I'll open up another terminal. Why doesn't this work? Control. Okay. 3D. ADR CLI init. And probably because there's space in it. Leave that up. Another bug. Most of the time we don't have spaces in folder names. Okay. Docs ADR. That's strange. Because that's the bug I fixed. Or I thought I did, so did the merge go wrong? I'm building the main. If directory. Create documents folder if not exists. This is the doc folder. Let me just try to create a docs/ADR. See if this works. That's kind of strange. So the program is running. Directory not found exception. Oh, kidding. X. Better. So now there's a file and it has the markdown in it. Cool, so it works. Strange though. This doesn't work. Let me see, where am I? Properties. So this is in docs, ADR. So now I'll just start it. Debug. ADR init. Okay. So this should be. I don't know which one it was. I want to fix this bug. This is a doc folder. So if it doesn't exist, it will create it. Write initial file. So I would have expected it's probably in the source ADR bin debug. I now have a docs ADR, so this should work. So I published it somewhere over here. Where was it? Publish. Strange. So the one I downloaded from GitHub doesn't work. Probably because of the... Could be because of the tree shaking. So what if I... let me clean up a bit in the repository. Did something... No, no changes. Apparently. So if I'm changing this to publish trimmed, see what happens. I wonder what will happen now. Windows x64. Some small changes. Why also not publish it for I'll do this later on some other day. So now I have renamed this. I'm not doing the tree shaking. Wonder if this will help a bit. So where was my download folder? Maybe. So where's GitHub? There was also some variables section. Oh. The documentation is a bit, well, not present. It's not on the level I had expected it to be. So now it's 66 megabytes. Save. Go to the downloads folder. Okay, Windows. Terminal again. Wow. That's strange. Create text. Yeah, it creates the text. It's like it's on. It's like it's on a very old. Let me decompile it. Dot peak. It's like it's not even hitting my code. Strange because it just got built. Yes, I accept JetBrains. I don't know why these defaults are in there. I will never use those defaults. Not supported. What? Okay. Apparently that doesn't work. Annoying. So the error makes sense. So it does create text, write ADR. So this is the same flow I had a moment ago. Where's write initial ADR file. Yeah, this is running on old code. Because as you can see in the stack trace, I'm in the write ADR. Write ADR. So at first, which branch am I working in? Which branch is this? Branch main. Checkout. Checkout. What is being checked out? This is strange. Because I'm seeing an old stack trace. Let's just for fun and giggles Also, runtime, no restore, no build, output Windows. Windows portable. Publish for single executable. Windows x64. Okay. Fork. Yes, if you can see the code in master. Is there something? Well, we can just get the code from the original, where you can see. So there's this write ADR file, ADR entry, and this write ADR. So this is where it's crashing, or at least it looks like it's crashing over here. And that makes sense. Well, it makes sense if the directory doesn't exist. So I've added a create directory over here in my code. It looks like it's still using this original, or at least. And what's in my master? Do I still have my master? Well, it doesn't pick it. But it's also old, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so my master also is consistent with the original repo. But I'm building the main branch. Yes, main. Twice the size. Can't. Oh, still in use somewhere. Over there. So. Oh, made a typo. So this is the portable, the executable. Oh. So this is the .NET Core app, ADR entry. Let's see what's over here. See? So it's a bit optimized. It's the release build. Would this have something to do with me changing the default branch? No. It shouldn't. As you can see, there's no create directory here anymore. So it makes sense this fails. This makes a lot of sense. But I'm telling it to run on the main branch. Get info. Remote main. Origin main. Do I need to do a clean? Shouldn't. Hmm. Maybe. Can I set this stuff explicitly? Actions. Code. Why can't I just... I need to go to the GitHub workflows. Can I run it from over here? No. No one in the chat over there to help. Maybe if I just delete the master branch. Branch is master. Delete. Can I run it from over here? Rerun. $6D something something. So it does pick up the latest stuff from the main branch. But why are the assemblies old? Maybe I should turn off the no build. See what it does. Shouldn't be necessary though, because it's already built, the assemblies are there. Copying over all the files takes a while, all of those loose files. So, artifact, download, save. Where is it? Kind of slow. Dot closed it down. Silly me. Which one is it? Still the same. Wow. That doesn't make any sense to me. I'll just remove these two. Okay, publishing it. So now it should be building it again, just like it did 2 steps above. Is this... Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Maybe it's my fault? No, it's not my fault. The main source ADR entry. Oh. Apparently, wow. Apparently this code isn't published to GitHub. Which is strange, because it's here. I see it's here. It's just not over here. Write initial ADR file. No, it is here. Sorry, my mistake. So this is the, which branch? The main branch. Write ADR. And we see the create documents folder if not exists. Write new. Oh, wait a minute. Write ADR. I'll create text. Okay, so this one is done. Oh, this is not the latest. Push the artifact. Download. It's a nice puzzle. Peak. Right, fresh new, create document. Okay, so this is good. Write initial. Let me just do a quick check. So this is the older one without a without a build. So it also had to create write ADR file. Create text file name. And the file name is a doc folder with a file number. This means if I'm going back to the terminal again, Ctrl Shift 3. Write ADR. Right. Create text. A file creates text. Fails. If directory exists, doc folder, otherwise create. What if I'm building this on Windows? Windows latest. Okay. That's a major difference. Um, so that could actually be it, or at least I hope it is. Then I need to find out how to do subsequent runs. One for Windows, one for Ubuntu. Which is probably possible. Different phases, maybe, just like in Azure DevOps. Probably will take a bit longer. Most of the time the Linux machines are quite fast. Or at least that's my experience using Azure DevOps. And if this also fails, I'll call it a night and continue next time. As you can see, it takes quite a bit longer. 1 minute to much longer. Also, it adds up about 30 to 40 seconds to publish all of the loose files. On Windows, probably even longer. Wow. At least installing the dependencies takes the longest. Wow. Okay. Download folder. Yes, this one. Without the typo. Okay. Still doesn't work. Strange. Strange. Why doesn't this work? And it does work when I'm building it locally. Nice puzzle. Well, I'll just close it for this evening. It's 10:30, so I'll be hitting the bed in a couple of minutes. Just to be sharp tomorrow. This stuff might be something obvious, I just don't know what it is, so hopefully I'll figure it out next time, or maybe tomorrow or Thursday, depending on when I'm continuing with this stuff. Feel free to jump in, create a PR for me if you want, if you see what the issue is. For now, have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you for watching.